And, one of the symbols of a sick society, obviously, is the occupant of the White House. And, in this time after that horrific weekend, when folks needed comfort, well, we got 20 minutes of an old man spewing verbal diarrhea at us. So Trump gave a short rally-style speech marking 1 year back in office. He was loud and unusually fast for him, and combative and incoherent, as his poll numbers decline and prices increase. So there were no major policy announcements in this speech. I wonder if we even needed it at all, but he did announce a $1,776 warrior dividend bonus for active duty troops. Listen, sure, they're going to enjoy having that at this time of year, but this is not exactly, major policy proposal that needed a primetime address. A lot of familiar claims, little credibility, exaggerated investment numbers, impossible math. Apparently, he's lowered prescription drug prices 600%, which means they're paying us to take drugs now, apparently. And also, false claims about inheriting historic inflation, typical culture war stuff, blame shifting. Trump touted his immigration crackdowns and attacked woke radicals and blamed Democrats for inflation and healthcare costs. Many folks were expecting a announcement about Venezuela and whether there would be war declared or something along those lines. But again, Trump said nothing really substantive and avoided escalation that could split his own base, which we are seeing increasingly break with him. Maria, I'm going to come back to you. You said you didn't watch this. I can't blame you.
Yeah, I did not watch. We can't control people, right? And so being extremely intentional about how you use your time, energy, what goes in your brain, what your eyes see, what you expose your household to, I think is very important in this time. And so I did not watch it because I want to spend my time and energy elsewhere. And so I just would like to encourage everybody to take that, control over yourself, or, autonomy, agency, to choose where you spend your time and energy, and actually, maybe focus that energy on doing local or statewide action.
Yeah. Well, and Dr. Rob, I guess, listen, I'm as guilty as anybody of consuming all of the news and all of the information. Probably not good for one's mental health, is it?
We live in this world of pain and pleasure and reward and dopamine and other hormones in our brains and neurotransmitters and on and on. And I can get guilty on this too. Oh, I'm getting ready to go to bed, and well, shouldn't I just check the headlines of the New York Times to see if some new disaster, if Trump, what the latest thing Trump did? I mean, like the worst thing you could possibly do before going to bed is to look at what's going on in the world. There's a lot of anxiety in the world that is not some kind of made up fantasy, because it is really terrifying that we're facing this government out of control, this president out of control, surrounded by really bad people. And some part of me always goes back to my youth as a young Republican, actually, before the Vietnam War, and feeling like, yeah, you gotta look at both sides, but it's getting harder and harder to keep a bipartisan appreciation until last week with the Indiana Senate. That was such a lift for me. I'm getting so far away from the question you asked me, but yes, we're all anxious and scared. And a lot of it is not for some crazy paranoid reason, but for good reason.
let's Doc, it's understandable. Like 10 years of this have fried all of our brains.
Yeah.
Derek,
But I would add
you.
one thing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The,
Go ahead,
the antidote to that anxiety for me is very clear. It's activism. It's figuring out how to reach out, how to do something little, something big, but to be engaged rather than to ignore it. Now, I need to set limits on it. And like Maria, I chose not to watch it live, but I did watch it, the clips of it that came up on Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel and things like that. So it's a balancing act.
Yeah, yes. Derek, now, what about this warrior bonus? You're a military veteran. I mean, certainly our active duty troops will appreciate their 1776 bonus. Apparently, staff talked him away from giving out a 1488 bonus.
So here's the thing about that. Him coming up with completely 30 minutes before the speech, all because of tariffs. You know, the funding for this was voted on like 6 months ago.
Yep.
It came from BAH, Basic Allowance for Housing. So it has nothing to do with tariffs. It was already appropriated like 6 months ago. So you had nothing to do with it, Trump. Once again, try to make himself look better than what he actually is. And I mean, 30 minutes before the speech. So your speech writers just went, oh crap, put in some bull crap right here. That's what they meant. Yes, I did watch it. Because, being part of media, have to watch what Dumpy says. And yeah, I want that 20 minutes back of my life.
Yeah. It not great. Well, listen, frankly, I'm glad he didn't announce war with Venezuela, because that's what I thought he was going to do.